Willie Contraband here, and welcome to Beyond Duality.
Beyond duality, three eyes in a circle. Willie Contraband, no soul, controversial. Facts on facts, but my name's not Urkel. Hit 'em where it hurts till their heart turns purple. They say they got your back.
Alright. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I appreciate you tuning in. I truly do. So before we get into it, just want to say, guys, if you're watching this, thank you. I appreciate you, because I haven't been as consistent as I would like to be, or as I shall be or should be. But if you're watching this, I appreciate you. You're still holding it down for me, looking forward to whatever content I'm putting out. If you watch my old videos or my recent videos, just explain, my life has changed a lot, and it's continuing to change by the day, by the week, by the month. It's crazy. But very, very busy, bro. Very, very busy. And there's so much I want to do. I love to do so many things, but my plate's pretty full. But anyways, let me not go onto a little rant, but I just want to say I appreciate you if you're here. My time has been very crowded. I haven't had a lot of time to do all the things that I would like to be doing, but I'm grateful that you're watching this, because I haven't been consistent. But if you're still here watching with me, I appreciate you, y'all. Thank you. But anyways, guys, real quick, you already know the deal. This will be a generalized reading for everyone. But if you would like a personalized reading for your eyes only, go to williecontraband.com/guidance, and I'll hook you guys up there, right? Also, if you would like to make a contribution to Willie Contraband, my PayPal link's down below. If you're feeling generous, you would be very, very appreciated. But yeah, let's get into it, guys. So the new way I'm doing these readings now, if you didn't see the previous one, I'm gonna put them all together. Below I'll put the time cards or the timestamps in the comments, so you guys could go to your signs later on. But I would like to start with a collective reading, a universal reading, oneness reading. We're all one, we're all together. We're all just one human race living on Earth, and we're experiencing all these energies together as a whole, So that's why I wanted to kind of shift this channel towards that in a way. Still doing the individual signs and stuff, but more focusing on us as a whole. Yo, feel me. But yeah, guys, I don't know about you, but thank fucking God or source or universe, whatever, Mercury retrograde is coming to its end, because it was a tough one. It was very, very tough, Mercury retrograde. Very confusing as well, because at certain points it did feel like certain things were like just going smooth, and then Mercury, he's a trickster. Mercury's a trickster, so Mercury just comes back and it's like, oh, you think everything's okay? Blah, just like spills the cup off the table, spilled the milk and shit. But yeah, Mercury retrograde has been a tough ride this month. I'm happy it's over. I learned a lot of things. I feel like one of the major things this Mercury retrograde showed us was, put in the forefront of, it brought back certain things to our consciousness, to the surface, that made us realize we really don't want to live that old life no more, that we really don't want to keep living in that pattern, in the same, building blocks that from the past, I feel like Mercury retrograde this time around kind of showed us that it's like, hey, you have somewhere to go, you have somewhere to be, your life is heading in a new direction, and I'm going to show you all this shit so that you could get so sick of it. I'm gonna fuck shit up so bad that you're gonna be like, I'm never going back. I'm not even looking back. I don't even want to do all that stuff no more. I don't want to live like that no more, So I feel like Mercury came around this time and kind of showed us that, also brought us like our attention to a lot of hidden things in our life. It brought back a lot of probably insecurities within people, a lot of subconscious or subliminal thoughts and feelings to people. Maybe started reminiscing on a lot of things and started, feeling like your heart was heavy in certain points. And you could almost feel with this Mercury retrograde that, like, you had to let shit go, even though you was feeling certain things or going through certain things or things weren't working out. It was a lot more of like, kind of having to trust the universe, having to let go of things that you might be used to or things that always been relevant in your life that you don't want in your life anymore, that are no longer relevant, that no longer have any room or space in your life. So talking about, letting go and all that, Mercury retrograde, this one was weird because it's like the timing of it, all the other celestial transits as well were major around this time, and right now I feel like the biggest thing is, there's a lot of change in the air, lots of change, and I received multiple downloads from source and guides, and also multiple confirmations from outside parties, other people coming to me saying like, yo, did you feel that shift in the air? Like, and I'm talking about people that are in the state or city that I live in, and this happened simultaneously while I was talking to someone in the 3D world. Someone hit me up, in the digital world, and then somebody else messaged me, and it was just this weird synchronicity that at the same time, around the same time period, within like an hour or two, no lie, multiple people were talking about like, hey Willie, is there like, do you feel like a shift in the air? There's something going on? And I was like, fuck yeah. I mean, there's so much shit going on that we're not even aware of, but one of them, the major transits, was Uranus, going from Aries to Taurus, which Uranus did go to Taurus briefly a few months ago, and then went retrograde, went back into Aries, and then had to finish that little bit out, and that had to do with a lot of especially Uranus is the planet of surprise, of unexpectedness, of change in general. I feel like a lot of things went from, we had to change ourselves these last few years. excuse me. We had to change ourselves these last few years in drastic ways, our life got really shooken up. Everyone as a collective, a lot of things happened that broke down many foundations in your life, and showed you that you had to go a different way. Maybe you thought your life was supposed to be one way, but Uranus and Aries is like, nah, we're gonna go this way. This is what Aries likes to do, and Uranus is gonna shake shit up. It's gonna electrify you, as in it's gonna shock you, it's gonna surprise you. But it's like, we're gonna go this way. I think you should go this way, And a lot of things was about self, about changing self, also figuring out who you were as a person, your identity, your self-identity, how you define yourself as well, So a lot of things was like that the last few years. And with this transit now, I feel like so many things shifted like very quickly to, okay, currency, energy, money, value systems, you generating energy, and productivity, kind of just looking at what's worthy in your life. I feel like right now a lot of people with this transit with Uranus is kind of focusing their mind, their mental energy, their mental power to their assets and to their finances and to making money, but in a way that it's like, how can I explain it? Not like that people are just like money hungry right now or money driven, but being more aware of like the power of money and how money is a tool and how you could use that tool to enhance your life. I feel like the change, as well as a lot of people are coming in terms with building themselves up. And the best way I could explain this with the Uranus transit is that Uranus breaks shit down. Uranus is like the god of lightning in a way that just comes and strikes down on things. And it's kind of like the Tower card, how the Tower card has all the lightning and fire going on. That's like a perfect example of how Uranus is. It comes and it fucks everything up, makes a mess of everything, but allows you to build again, build fresh, build anew, because in order to build new things in your life, destruction has to happen. A lot of people don't like that word, or it doesn't sound good, like, oh, destruction, or, you have to destroy things and make things like collapse in your life. But it's important because, nothing's forever. The only thing that's forever is change, and you have to allow change and embrace change to happen. And sometimes we don't want to, and that's when Uranus comes in and it's like, all right, it doesn't matter if you want to or not, it's gonna happen. So right now I feel like a lot of people's foundation, as in finances, money, income, their value systems, their worthiness of themselves and their life and their environment, I feel like a lot of shit like that got broken down real quick. In the sense that it's like, the best example I could say, it's like saying going from an employee to, having authority in a company, or going from an employee, like a regular employee, to like an entrepreneur, starting your own small business, or, starting a side hustle, or whatever it is, right? I feel like people are starting to realize, become aware of that, they themselves can generate a system of currency, of energy, of money, So I feel like with that Uranus shift that is happening, and we're still right in the beginning of it, even though time has passed already. But now Uranus in Taurus is going to break shit down in our lives. It's going to allow people to, a lot of people are going to start their businesses up, like new businesses, or, have ideas, or start investing their money differently. A lot of people as well are going to, feel, the pain of Uranus going into Taurus, as in everything they thought they knew is going to break down in the aspects of, self-value, their income, the way money flows, even to be honest, I won't go too deep into this, but this is probably going to be for another video. But even the fact of at least here in America, the United States of America, the USD, the US dollars, that might be coming towards its end in a way, and I know that's hard to kind of visualize for a lot of people. That is like, what do you mean there's not going to be no more US dollars, no more money? I mean, there's going to be money, don't worry. These motherfuckers going to make sure there's money flowing in the economy and all that. But the type of money is going to change, And the best way I could say it, it's like, all right, look, there's physical money, and that's mainly the one that I'm talking about, like the cash, like hard cash, like paper. That money's going to start little by little being extinct. And you could quote me right now, you could save this video, clip it up, put it in your files, whatever you want to do. But I'm very sure of myself when I say that. I've been studying, history, and studying the economy, the markets, real estate, everything, cryptocurrency, all that shit. And not saying that we're heading to cryptocurrency, and definitely cryptocurrency is going to be a part of the new system. But really what I'm trying to focus on and get people aware of is that with this Uranus to Taurus transit, Uranus stays in signs, I believe, 84 years Uranus orbit. So we're never going to see, well, most of us won't see Uranus come out of Taurus, right? Just like, we didn't see when Uranus first went into Aries, right? And we don't know, but if you look back in history, things changed when Uranus went into its transit into Aries, I think it was around the 1930s or so, or 1927, something like that, but 1933, one of those. But when Uranus transited, that's when a lot of things shifted in the economy. The industries changed, the industrial industry went to oil and paper and all that stuff, Henry Ford, JP Morgan, all those guys. Money changed as well in between that transit. They took US dollars, the cash, they took it off the gold standard, so there was nothing backing up cash. So those are transits. I'm not going to get into it because I'll go on forever. But those are certain things that happen in the early Uranus transit to Aries. Now, the transit we saw when Uranus started transiting to Taurus last year, you know, because it went into Taurus last year, into 2018 for a little bit before it retrograded back into Aries. We saw that's when fucking cryptocurrency started blowing up and everybody started hearing about Bitcoins and all this stuff, right? And people started wanting to invest into it. Now the banks got into it. Now it's, you know, people honor it as a actual currency. You could go to stores. I've gone to New York and seen stores that say we accept Bitcoins. You could buy stuff online with Bitcoins, etc., right? So then it calmed down once Uranus went to retrograde back into, you know, Aries. And then now, moving forward, this is going to pretty much collapse it, but not right away. Like, I'm not here to scare nobody. You know, I'm just here to make people aware. Not to be scared, but to be aware, right? So what I'm trying to say, long story short, give it like, you know, 5 to 10 years, little by little, you start seeing cash starting to, you know, not be a major part of the economy and the society. You know, in like 10, 15 years, it's going to be like contraband to have cash on hand. Seriously. Because the truth is they can't track the cash. So if you can't track the money, they feel like they have less control over the money. And now we're living more in a digital world for the most part. So that's why you're seeing things happen like cryptocurrencies becoming more relevant. Credit's a big thing. A lot of people are becoming aware of credit because credit as well is just digital money. You know, that's not actual money. When you have your credit cards with those chips in it and shit, and then you swipe in and inserting your chip, that's not real money. That's digital money. Those are just numbers on a computer saying that you have this amount, and that, you know. So that's one. Those are a couple ways. I'm not gonna go too deep, but those are a couple ways of how money's gonna change, how Uranus is gonna affect us as a whole, as a collective, with the transit into Taurus moving forward in the few years. You start seeing a lot of laws gonna change. Systems are gonna change as well. Systems are gonna collapse, break down, and have to get rebuilt. I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but just examples is going to be like the financial institute, the healthcare system, educational system, governmental system, judicial system, all that stuff. All those systems are going to break down in a certain way, right in front of our eyes. Like, shit is going to get exposed, you know. And after that, it's going to get rebuilt. But this is over a period of time. But this is just so you're aware. So when things start happening, you'll be like, oh shit, it's happening, you know. One of the biggest things as well with this Uranus transit, talking about all that, and I'll just put that to the side because I don't want to make this about just all that stuff. But one of the biggest things with this Uranus transit, which to me is like the biggest transit of our lifetimes, to be honest, what this is going to allow us to do as well is become more aware of how to be self-sufficient. I really believe that we're heading to a self-sufficient society, and that's what Uranus and Taurus is bringing. Taurus knows how to be resourceful. You know, Taurus knows how to get money coming in. Taurus also knows how to take the things around them and use them and make something good out of it. Taurus is also, you know, ruled by Venus, and Venus loves to feel good and be happy and all that, you know. So us going to a self-sufficient society, we have to learn how to take care of ourselves, how to love ourselves better, how to treat ourselves better, how to talk to ourselves better, how to make how to not abuse people and certain things that are around us, how to give more value to the things around us, as in give an appreciation. Appreciation means to raise value. That's why I always say I appreciate you guys. But so yeah, we're gonna learn how to appreciate people more, give people more value, and give ourselves value at the same time. You know, us becoming more useful and resourceful, because you know, the trickery in it is that, you know, we're going to have a lot of things outside of us distracting us, you know, distracting the things that we're trying to attract, you know. So a lot of this stuff is going to come with technology and, you know, AI and all that stuff, smart houses, smart cars, all that. That's going to make us, you know, not be as efficient on our own. Those things are going to be great because if you utilize them in the right manner, it'll allow your life to be more convenient and allow you to have more time to focus on yourself and the things you need to do, right? But the only thing too is that not everyone's going to utilize them in the correct manner. Some people, it'll make them more lazy. So that's what comes with Uranus as well. Uranus and Aquarius rules like technology and stuff. So part of the technology is that Uranus going into Taurus, like technology is going to super advance. Like you've seen the last few years just how much has changed. You don't know what's coming. Like it's going to be very, very weird out here. Very weird world. A lot of things like, we seen in the movies growing up in these last few decades, like about robots and all this crazy stuff. I mean, it's real shit, They're just getting us prepared, getting us programmed, conditioned to, seeing these things on the movie screens and TVs, but it's here, But that's going to be a major thing with Uranus and Taurus is all the technology that's going to come in, and that's why certain systems are going to get broken down and new systems are going to be built. But when these new systems are built, we have to, relearn how to operate in it. These are going to be systems, so we have to operate in the system like a OS, iOS. You know what I'm saying? So when we learn how to operate in these systems, we also have to learn how to maintain ourselves, maintain our own software, and input our own programs into ourselves, because there's going to be a lot of distractions trying to fuck up what our attractions are, what we're trying to bring into our lives. But anyways, moving forward, Uranus and Taurus is going to help us become more self-sufficient, because we're going to have to be. We're going to have to rely on ourselves more than outside sources, because the thing is that we're not going to be able to depend on outside sources, because they're not going to be looking for our best interests. Outside sources, for the most part, are looking for their best interests, not our best interests. So that's one of the biggest things that comes with Uranus and Taurus, is building your self-value, as in building yourself up to be so self-sufficient that you could rely on yourself, but also other people could rely on you, and you could exchange energy with other people that are self-sufficient as well. And that ties in with the whole, people either going from just a regular employee to high authority in their company, or starting their own business or side hustle or online business, whatever it may be. But people are going to become they're going to want to be more in charge of their life, more in control, and direct where their life is heading to more than often, because we fail to realize that we actually have a lot more control than we think. We think majority of the things outside of us are out of our control, but a majority of things are inside of us, and they're right here. And if we could control this and this, our emotions, we could direct our boat, our ship, to wherever we want to go, on this quest. So, what else did I want to touch? So there's a lot of energy opening up, right? And it's time to build, because now we're getting past the Mercury retrograde, just getting our feet wet with the Uranus and Taurus. Spring equinox, Aries season, this is really the new year when things start to spring up, rebirth. But really the new energy that's going to be coming, it's this new moon in Aries, April 5th, around then. And this is really going to be like the new year, like New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, let's party type of thing. Like this is really where we're going to feel the energy shift. Because right now it's still not stagnant, but it's still a little sludgy because the Mercury retrograde. So it's spring came and, things started feeling a little better, depending where you're watching this. But, it's still in the Aries cycle. That Aries is like that springing up energy, that fire that starts burning. But, so usually this is the new year when Aries season starts. And I started seeing energy move forward a little bit, but the Mercury still can't talk. Mercury retrograde was still very sludgy, right? So now that it's moving on, and then now a few days after we have this new moon in Aries coming, that's really gonna be like where the energy starts to open up and really allow us to move forward with our lives. And all these things that Mercury retrograde brought up to the surface and brought up to our minds and brought up to our attention, we would be able to now move past that and take those and build on top of that, and just move forward with our lives. That's what I feel like it's happening right now. I feel like everyone's ready. Like everyone's ready for their new life, and some people don't know what it's going to be or what it is or what they're looking for or what they're aiming for or where they're heading. But people just know they're sick and tired of the old shit. So more than ever, this upcoming week is going to affect, we only get one new moon in the beginning of the year, if that made sense. As in, we get new moons every month, but this is like the first new moon in the new year with the Aries season, you know, that this allows us to put that intention, and especially that it's in Aries. It's Aries season with the new moon in Aries. That means the sun and the moon is going to be conjunct, as in the energy is going to be like right there together. And I'm telling you, this is going to be the time to put your intentions and energy to whatever it is you want, to focus into that, to, you know, generate that energy, because this new moon is going to allow whatever intentions you store into that day, to that night, to the energy of the moon, it's going to move throughout the whole year. These next 12 months, the intentions of new materialization depends on this new moon that's coming up, you know. So I don't know if you guys have any like you know, new moon routines. Don't want to say rituals. Some people be like, oh, rituals, but or patterns, or, you know, things that you like to do to get you in the zone, in the vortex. But what I would recommend is definitely letting everything go. But more than anything, this is not really a moon to, I'm just saying, start letting it go right now before the new moon comes, because this new moon is not going to be no time to, like, you know, reminisce and be like thinking about old shit. This is like literally a brand new house, and the door's opening up, and you're about to go in that house and, you know, start fixing it up and making it pretty and design it however you want, and, you know, start decorating and all that stuff. Like, this is going to be a brand new foundation, you know, especially with all these transits, like, you know, with the Uranus transit, that shit is major. Also, the Mercury retrograde transit now is moving direct, is major. Like, all these things happening at once, it's like, can't make it up. But anyways, what I do recommend for the new moon, write down your intentions, go outside, read that shit to the universe, to the stars, to the gods, whatever it is. Say thank you like you already have it. Be grateful, and be grateful for a fresh start, you know, for new life, you know. Like I said, everybody's ready right now. Everybody's ready. Everybody is ready to live their new life, their best life for the rest of their life, you know. And this is a shift. Like, this is a generational shift that's happening right now. So write down your intentions. Don't write down like if you want this or you want that. Write it down like you already got it. Write it down like, oh, thank you, universe, for giving me blah, 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 blah. Thank you for allowing me to blah, blah, blah. Thank you for letting me achieve blah, 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 blah. Say thank you. Be grateful. Talk about it like you already got it. Go outside, read that shit to the universe, to the stars, to the gods. Then let it go. Law of detachment. Let it go. There's law of attraction, but they ain't teach you law of detachment. You gotta let the shit go so it could go up to the higher dimensions, and then they'll throw it right back and you could get it later. You know, the art of letting go is important. But write that shit down. This is just one thing. There's many things you could do on new moons, but write your intentions down. Write the things that you already have. You have this stuff. It's in your vibrational escrow already. Like, you got this shit. It's in your vibrational inventory. You just can't see it evidently in the physical 3D realm, but you got everything that you want. All your desires are already yours. You gotta just go get it. It's waiting for you at the shop. It's right around the corner. Go pick it up. So write this stuff down before the new moon. Write those intentions. You know, talk about it like you already got it. When the new moon comes that night, with your most pure heartedness, speak that shit into existence. You know, say thank you, be grateful, then burn that shit. Burn the paper. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Let that shit go, let it bust, let it flow. You feel me? And let it go into the air, let it go, and be grateful. Because you already got it. Your best life is already here. You know, one of the biggest things is just patience. And I think that's going to be the biggest challenge with this new moon, because we're going to feel the energy. I feel like I already feel it. I feel like a lot of people already feeling like something's stirring up. So, you know, patience is going to be key, because, you know, the new moon in Aries likes to go bloop, 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 bloop. Aries is on it, keeps it moving. Don't like to really stop. Don't like to just sit around and shit. But go with the fire, let it burn, but don't let nothing discourage you. And what I mean by the patience part more than anything is going to be more of patience of allowing things to manifest and materialize. When we're attracting things, we want it to pop up right away because, we're microwave babies. Everything has to, happen quick. We can't let things, we don't have fun allowing things to cook up while they're on the stove and in the oven and let it take its sweet time so it could, come out at the highest quality. We microwave babies. Like, yo, put it in the microwave, put a minute on it, I'm gonna eat that shit right away. So we have to have patience in the materialization process as it's manifesting. Same thing is because, we gotta enjoy it. You gotta enjoy that you're gonna be building a new life. That you're gonna be building that new house. That I'm telling you about. There's a foundation here, and you gotta see that house before it's even built. And while you're building it, you gotta have fun with it. Don't be like, oh my God, this is the worst. Why am I doing this? Why am I building this new house? Like, I don't even want it no more, blah, blah, blah. But you really do want it. So the biggest thing is like not allowing that Aries energy to make you feel like, oh, well, if it's not here in an instant, because we're Instagram babies too, so everything has to be in an instant. It has to be popping up right away. You have to get your likes to feel good right away, you know what I'm saying? So leave that Aries energy to the side on that patience part. Like when you're feeling impatient, remember where you're going. Remember that it's already there. If you have the vision, then it doesn't matter what's going on out here. If you can see with this eye, these two eyes are deceiving. Don't believe everything you see, for real. Believe majority of the things that you feel inside, But anyways, going back to that patience, just, allow yourself to enjoy the process. There's going to be a lot of new things heading your way. There's a lot of things already in your, like I said, in your vibrational escrow, waiting for you to pick that energy up, And the good thing about the Aries energy with the new moon is that you're going to be able to run with that fire, and that fire is going to blaze the trail that you shall follow. Seriously, like, because Aries energy is Aries. They like to get shit done. They like to make moves. Like I said, like they fire. They're the beginning of the fire. So fire is always moving. Fire don't really stay still. Even when it looks like it's still, it's like a little bit, But fire is always like, fire keeps it moving. So this new moon, if you put the right intentions into it and you're in an upward spiral, not a downward spiral, you'll feel great, and just run with that energy, that emotion, that energy emotion, because your emotions is what really allows you to manifest and attract things in your life. A lot of people don't speak on that. They just say it's your thoughts, but you gotta remember, you start having certain thoughts based on your feelings, So just keep that emotion up at a good level. Be emotional in a good way, have good energy, good emotions, good energy and motion. Don't be discouraged when things aren't appearing or becoming evident right away, because things do take time. But the honest truth is that sometimes they don't really take that long, So if you just have patience and you're having fun, the key is having fun. If you're having fun, they say the time flies when you're having fun. You're having a good time throughout the process, throughout the journey. The destination comes right away. You're not even going to realize it because you're having so much fun, So definitely be patient, but major thing is make sure you have great intentions this new moon, because this new moon's going to set it for the rest of the year. The rest of your year is going to be dependent on these new moon. A lot of people don't really focus on the moon cycles, because us as a collective, we really focus more on like the sun. That's why we all like represent our sun signs. But more than anything, the moon sign is so important because we're going through moon cycles every month, every 28 days. The moon is going through its whole orbit. So those cycles are the most important, because now, since there's a new moon, the moon controls us more frequently than the sun or any other planet does. Even Mercury, and Mercury orbits pretty quick. I think it's like 80-something days, 89 days or something like that. But even at that, like, that's why we get Mercury retrograde so much often than any other retrograde. But with the moon is always cycling through, and if we follow the moon cycles and put our energy towards that, things could change very, very drastically. But anyways, set your intentions for April 5th, new moon in Aries. It's already Aries season. Things are springing up. is fire. You heard me? Another transit I wanted to talk about as well is Venus transiting into Pisces. So Venus is in Aquarius, which is a very weird place because and I'm a Venus Aquarius as well. That's why I'm a weirdo. But Venus is a little awkward in Aquarius because sometimes Venus in Aquarius wants to be like very loving, and sometimes they just want to be left the fuck alone. Sometimes they don't want to be talked to, they don't want to hang out with nobody, they don't want to see nobody. But sometimes they're just like loving the whole world, like they just have a universal type of love. So that was like, I guess, the transit that was going on just before that was in the mesh with everything else, is that we was kind of on both sides of like the way we would express ourselves to our significant others or our loved ones, our parents, our siblings, our best friends. We would probably at certain points really felt the love even coming from inside of us that we felt for other people. And then sometimes we just didn't want to deal with anybody, like we wanted to be in our own little cave and be little hermits and just not be messed with, But Venus going into Pisces, it's a whole different story because, Pisces, similar to Aquarius, is a universal love. Like the way Aquarius and Pisces love is similar in the aspect that they love everyone and anyone. They got love for the world, for the universe type shit. But the difference with Pisces is that Pisces goes into the deep waters with that, So Venus and Pisces is also exalted. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the aspects and the terms, but exaltation with any planet in a certain sign means that that's where they're their happiest at. So Venus and Pisces, that's where Venus is the most happiest, even though when she goes home into Taurus and Libra, that's when she's like on top of her shit in the zone. But when she comes to Pisces, that's when it's like Venus feels like she could let go and be free and just love everything and everyone, and everything she touches is given love and everything. Like it's crazy. But Venus into Pisces right now, especially with these other transits of like newness coming out, we're gonna see a lot of love start radiating out of us. But not love just like romantic love, just love as an appreciation for others, respect, being compassionate to others, being kind, love in the way is also that we're going to be able to understand and understand other people as well, and ourselves. We can't forget about ourselves. But in a collective manner, it's like we're going to see a lot of love energy start flowing, and people not even thinking about it, just being about it. There's going to be people that don't even realize at first that it's like, yo, I just feel so much better, or I feel like, I could connect and communicate with people so much better. And that's what I mean with the timing of the transits as well, because, Venus being exalted in Pisces, and that's, the transit ahead with Mercury retrograde finishing up and going direct, our communication's going to get better, and us communicating in a better aspect allows our love languages to be received better, So that's gonna be dope stuff. I'm very happy for all the transits. Oh my god, I can't believe I almost forgot this one. Chiron. Oh my god, Chiron from Pisces to Aries. More Pisces Aries energy. It's so crazy, like all the stuff that's going on. But Pisces, that's what Pisces went through a lot of shit, or whatever, wherever Pisces is in your natal chart. You probably went through a lot of shit in that aspect of your life in the last, I think 4 to 10 years. I always say average of 7. But that's why a lot of Pisces dominant people went through a lot of hard times these last decade. But also people went through a lot of hard times wherever Pisces is located in their natal chart. In that aspect, whatever house that is, people probably went through some hardships in that area. But now with Chiron shifting to Aries, we're gonna have more lessons to learn and more wounds to heal in other aspects of our lives, because Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron's always hurting, but he's always looking out for people, and he did also some crazy shit, but I won't talk about that. But Chiron shifting into Aries, I feel like it's gonna allow us to heal in a way of personal growth, I feel like it's going to allow us to heal in aspects of, our childhood and growing up. I feel like before with Chiron and Pisces, it was more of us healing all the secretive parts of us, all of our insecure parts of us, or things. We was trying to heal a lot of things that we weren't comfortable with speaking with a lot of other people. We were probably healing a lot of traumas and programs that we've obtained over the years. But now I feel like more than anything, it's going to come to the forefront of us having to heal, our identities, claiming who we are and forgiving who we used to be. I always say you're a different person. That's one of the things that fuck us up out here, especially having mirrors, or in this case, like camera, like I'm looking at myself. You identify, this physical body with a certain thing, with a certain energy, right? So it's like I always say, like, people change all the time, every week, every month, every year. Like, you look back to a year ago, you're not the same person. Your life's a little different. You might be acting a little different. Your personality might have changed, or your value system might have changed, or your priorities or your principles. Something definitely changed from last year. And even look to 6 months ago, or even look a month ago, or even look to last week. You're not the same person. So one of the biggest things I feel like with Aries or Chiron and Aries is that, us having to heal and as our identity, not identifying just because we look like the same person from last year, the same person from 5 years ago, or we look like the same person from 10 years ago that we used to be, not identifying ourselves with that person that you used to be anymore, but also having to forgive that person, forgive that person for making all the mistakes that you probably held on to. If there's any regrets or guilt that you have built inside, forgiving that aspect, allowing that to heal, allowing you to, come face to face and acknowledge all the things that old person, that old version of yourself did that might have put you in a bad position or not in the greatest position, allowing that part to heal, because that's what's going to allow you to move forward and build yourself up and build this new version of yourself that you're going to be proud of, and even this new version that's being built right now, it's going to change as well in the future, but being proud, that pride as well comes in with Aries, that it's like, you got to know that you're on the right track, you got to be, sure of yourself, and, be grateful as well that you're not that person anymore. And that comes with healing, to heal thyself. That's to be healthy. And I feel like Chiron is trying to make us healthy in the aspect of, our upbringing, the way we grew up. I feel like it's going to be touched on a lot, because we identify ourselves as those little kids that grew up, and we remember those little kids, and we remember when they was teenagers and then young adults and all that, as you continue. So healing those parts of us that, are still bleeding, I feel like us as a collective, we just been bleeding the fuck up. Bleeding the fuck up. Like for years, I feel like everyone's bleeding, and, we haven't put a bandage over this wound, and it's time to heal us as a collective of figuring out what we want to be, who we want to be, what we want to do with our lives, how we want to direct our lives, and those are just like missing spots within us that we're just not used to. We're not used to all that. We're not used to, thinking of ourselves in a certain way, or making ourselves feel a certain way, because we'll keep bringing things from the past. And I think that's what Chiron and Aries is going to allow us to do, is heal from the past, especially allow us to move forward and just have tunnel vision and just keep it moving, and be very aware and embrace the new life that's coming, So I'm excited. I'm very excited. I hope you guys are. Anyways, let's keep it moving, keep it flowing. What I'm gonna do is gonna pull out a card for this month of April, and just go off that. Let's see what pops. Whoa, let's see what pops out. It flew, so I can't even make this shit up, bro. Alright. Drum roll. We got Major Arcana, the Magician. And I just say I can't make this up because, first of all, Roman numero 1, just talking about new beginnings, and that's what I've been saying. There's definitely a shift in the air where we're going to be able to control and direct our lives more. That's what the magician does as well. He making magic. Magic's not that hard out here. Same way I told you on the new moon to, write your intentions down on a piece of paper so that it could come to life. That's the same thing this guy's doing right here. He got his wand right there going, bling. What do I want? Doop, 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 doop. Same thing with these things. You get a pen or a pencil, piece of paper, then you start spelling things out. Start making magic. Start writing it out. Use your wand. With this, anything could become physical. Once you take this and write it on a piece of paper, now that thing is physical. Whatever you're talking about is physical. It's on a piece of paper. It's materialized. That's the first step to manifestation. You're bringing it to life already just by writing words down. So use your wands, guys. Alright? Because I can't make this up. This is all we've been talking about. And the magician got the red on for the Aries energy. But the magician also uses all his resources. You see he has the cup, he has the coins right there, got the swords. He has a lot of resources around him to allow to utilize things. He's self-sufficient. Same thing like I was telling you with the Uranus and Taurus transit is that we're gonna learn how to be more self-sufficient, how to use the resources around us to enhance the quality of our lives. And it starts with making magic. It starts with taking control of your life in that aspect. So definitely with that new moon energy, get your little utensil and start making magic. It's very important, very, very important. So the magician is saying, take control, take your leadership and direct the energy to wherever you want to go. Alright, we're gonna get to the readings now, so just give me a second and we're gonna go through all of the shines. Let's get it. Hello. Alright, guys, got my new Vision Tarot cards. First up, we've been talking about Aries so much, is Aries. Let's go there, let's get it. How you guys doing? So we're gonna pull out one card only. Oh, there it goes. And you got King of Chalices, King of Cups, King of Water. And this is pretty funny because all the energy is going from Pisces to Aries, which is you, and King of Chalices, that's Pisces, right? King of Chalices talks about, trusting, the process, but also trusting yourself. As you see here, let's get that a little clear. King of Chalices has all his tools behind him, and you see he's in the middle of the ocean, just chilling, sipping on his cup, on his water. But the whole thing with the tools is that, you have to feel like you're always prepared, You might not see the road clearly right now, Aries, but you have to be prepared for anything. And that's just not worst case scenario. That's also best case scenario. As in, when you're prepared, is like to, practice. And I always say practice is pre-action, to be pre-active, So practice with the things around you. Practice, whatever skills you have. Practice whatever it is that you want to be doing in the future, because King Chalices is saying trust the process and be prepared, because anything might be ahead. And like I said, it's not even worst case scenario, but best case scenario. You have to be ready to be ready to be ready. As in, if you're ready and then the universe presents you whatever it is that you've been asking for, you better go ahead and do the damn thing. That's why you gotta be ready, because some people ask for shit and then when it finally comes, they're not ready. So Aries, be ready. Alright. Aries always happens quick. I don't know why, because Aries is just like blah blah blah. I don't know. A lot of Aries probably don't have a long attention span, do you guys? But anyways, Aries, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Right, next we got Taurus, my beautiful Taurus. How y'all doing? If y'all still here with me, I appreciate y'all because y'all been with me the whole time. I fucking love y'all. I love y'all. I love you. But let's see what we got for you, Taurus. Knave of Wands. Knave of fire. That desire. That action, that passion, that ambition. And in this case, Knave of Wands looks like you have to head in a new direction. So Knave of Wands is like I always say knave. Let's see if we get the word right here clear. No, yeah, there we go. Knave is like naive, right? Take out the K out of I, naive. But knave is like naive. So when I talk about the Knave of Wands, it's not, being naive doesn't mean you're stupid or something. It just doesn't mean you know yet and you're trying to figure it out. So Knave of Wands is saying that you have to take action. Let me see, where did I put that card? Right there. So you have to take action because you might be depending or waiting for something else that's already in motion, and you have to do your part. Knave of Wands also talks about heading in a different direction, starting that fire up within your soul. Knave of Wands also talks about learning to be more dependent on yourself and how to generate the energy within yourself on soul level. And when I say soul, like soul as well, like your soul, but soul as in like you're like one, like sole proprietorship type of thing. So like being your own entity, your own identity, how to generate the energy within yourself, But one of the big things, I think it is the new direction that pops up to me, how to have your fire burning in a new way, aiming for new things in life. I feel like you guys are somewhat stubborn, and you guys been so stuck on one thing or the way the life is supposed to be or the way things are supposed to work out, that you're not allowing the new thing to happen. And I feel like that's been happening for a while now, for like, when I say a while, I mean like a couple of years, that you guys aren't allowing yourself to head in a new direction because you might feel like you might be stupid because you thought this whole time you were supposed to go this way, and now like everything's telling you to go this way. So I recommend to go this way. But Taurus, I appreciate y'all. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. You guys are the best. Alright, next we go from Aries to Taurus to, what is it, Gemini. Alright, Gemini, the Gemini. Shout out to Ash. So the card that popped up for you guys. Alright, what's going on here? We got a lot of fire going on. King of Wands, King of Fire, that desire, that action, that passion, and in this case, that intertwinement. Alright, Gemini, the Gemini. What the King of Wands is, kind of telling me right now, I feel like it's, especially with Gemini, you guys are the twins, so that you got these two people within you. And when I say that these two people, this masculine, feminine energy, which is very dominant in Geminis, you have to intertwine it, make it become one, tame the beast that doesn't allow you to, put the beast to sleep, allow it to be controlled. As in, the beast could be your mind, the beast could be your heart, it could be your emotions, whatever it may be, but tame it, keep it under control. As in, don't let anything, make you not make the right decisions. King of Wands is also about leadership, also about entrepreneurship. It's also about overstanding and overseeing things in your life. So I feel like you guys are at a place right now in Geminis that, you're starting to really not even understand things, but understand and overstand things, which will allow you to be outstanding in things later on, right? So make sure you're intertwining your energies right, the two people that is within you, that masculine and feminine energy, those two personalities that are very dominant within you, that angel demon type shit. Find a good medium, allow them to work together, have these two energies work as one within you, and also keep building. Just keep doing what you're doing, Gemini, to be honest. Like, you're already on the right path, you're already doing the damn thing, so just keep doing what you're doing, and life is going to continue to open up to you. You're going to continue to see things for what they really are. You're going to oversee things, overstand certain things in your life. Not understand it. You're not going to stand under things no more. you know, and you're going beyond the understanding of things, you know, you're going beyond that shit. So just keep doing the thing you're doing, Gemini. You guys are doing great. Like I said, I feel like the biggest thing is the intertwinement, you know, being okay with these two different sides of you and allowing them to be one, you know, not that they're going to just be one and you're going to have that one personality. It has both sides though. It's going to fluctuate, but allow them to work as one, to be intertwined and incline your elevation and vibrations inside, because you need both sides no matter what. Don't let nobody tell you something's good or bad, because nothing's really bad out here, you know. It's just the way things are done, how it's done, that could determine a perspective of bad. But yeah, guys, I hope that rang a bell. I hope that triggered inside, and I appreciate you for tuning in. Right now we got my baby Cancers. How y'all doing? my cancers, what's going on for April for you Cancers? Let's see. Oh, okay, Cancer. One of my favorite cliche sayings, less is more. We got 5 of chalices, 5 of cups, 5 of water. This is about letting shit go, Cancer. Literally, man. Like, you guys are on your way to living your best life, and you know, you're trying to hold on to these things. You're crying over spilled milk. You know, things are happening and you don't know why, and you're like, why? Like, if it's a bad thing, you know. I think a lot of things are getting out of your life. I think a lot of things are getting detoxed out of your life. A lot of things are getting destroyed out of your life, so that you could have less baggage on you. You know, Cancer, you guys are an emotional sponge. You guys soak up everything and everything, you know, all the energy, all the emotions around you. You guys are very sensitive to those things. And when I say sensitive, not like you guys are crybabies, but more sensitive as in your senses are at a high level, you know. So you could feel other people's thoughts, other emotions, like other people's whatever mood they're in. You start feeling like that and you don't even know why. And I feel like you guys are probably holding on to a lot of things, a lot of emotional things, maybe, you know, things from the past that you thought, you know, was more, how can I say, things from the past that you thought were more, I guess, concrete in your life or more definite. I feel like a lot of systems or foundations are getting broken down. Might be like your family system or, you know, relationship system, as in with your friends or significant other. But whatever is getting detoxed and destroyed in your life and that's getting out of your life, it's for the best. You know, allow that space to be free. Allow yourself to have less weight on your shoulders, and you can move swiftly to where it is you have to be. Okay, Cancer? I appreciate y'all tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Much love. Next we got Leo. Rawr. Oh, and this popped up right away. My Leos. We got 10 of Swords. 10 of Air, the mentality. So let's get this up front for you guys. You see here, all these swords are going into here. This is your old version, Leo. And this has been a very big thing. Also, 10 is just a 1 with a 0. 1 is the beginning of things. 1 is knowledge. And 10 is just a higher level 1. You know, same thing like 100 to a higher level 10. You know, just adding zeros. Zeros just holding the place. Higher energy type shit. Ciphers, patterns. But this 10 of Swords is signifying destroying your identity, Leo. Destroying everything you thought you was. Destroying, you know, the person that you believed you were supposed to be. You know, especially for Leo, that they have pride in everything they do, and they do everything with royalty, and they do it in a way that allows people to, you know, notice and attention to be given, you know. But I feel like the biggest thing with Leo is allowing whatever version of yourself that is operating right now, allow that to be distinguished, you know. Kill everything you think you know, because that's exactly what it is. You think you know. But it's either you thinking or you knowing. It's either you think or you know. So Leo, let it go, man. Rebirth time. Literally rebirth. Because everything that you want is there waiting for you. The person that you know you are, the royalty, the king, the queen that you know you are, Leo, is already inside. but it's time to die. And I don't mean to put it in that way, but it's time to die. So you could live a new life. So you could be the king or queen that you know you are meant to be, that you already are, that it's already hiding behind all that fucking bullshit. And when I say that bullshit, is all the people that are trying to bring you down and tell you that you're something else. The people that see you, that you're getting closer to your dreams, you're getting closer to the things that you want, Leo. And there's gonna be people there that are gonna tell you you're something else. They're gonna remind you of all the fucked up shit you did. They're gonna remind you of all the things that you messed up about. They're gonna remind you of all the things that are not going to allow you to move forward, because you're going to be carrying that on. So Leo, it's time to die. So you can live your new life. It's rebirth time. Okay, Leo? Don't be scared. It's okay. I love you. Alright. Next we got Virgo. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. How you guys doing? You beautiful Virgos. I appreciate Virgos a lot. I have a lot of close Virgos in my life, and I had a lot of close Virgos in my life. Whoa, that's too many cards. But yeah, Virgo, you guys hold shit down, man. You guys keep putting in work all the time, and you're so filled with love. It's crazy. But yeah. Let's see what we got for Virgo. Come on out. Come on out. Wherever you are. Oh. That's it. Virgo, for April, we got, of course, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Coins, 6 of Earth. More than anything, I believe this is like the Earth card that represents Virgo, one of them. Because Virgo, remember, it's very close to Libra in that scale. And in this card, he has the scale in front, and he's giving, he's making sure that he's balancing out how much he has and how much he's giving. So 6 of Pentacles, it talks about giving, about sharing, sharing your love, sharing your energy, which is the currency, the coins, a currency, like a energy, like a currency, like an air current, water current, wind current, electric current. What does it do? It generates energy. So currency is, sharing currency is sharing energy, and sharing with those that, could use it, benefit. It could be beneficial to people. Don't give it to people that already have an abundance of energy. Give it to people that probably need that energy. But also remember to look out for yourself, Virgo, as in, don't give all your energy away, because then you will have none for you. You feel me? But anyways, I feel like April is going to be a month of giving, circulating your energy, circulating that currency, circulating money, so that whatever you give it now is going to come back to you times 10, Virgo. But just make sure that you keep that balance afloat. Don't give it all away. Even if you have this thought, like I just said, oh, whatever you give is what you're going to get back times 10. Don't be like, all right, so I'm going to give everything I got so that I can get all that. No, it's not going to work like that, because then you're going to be empty, you're going to be drained. But it's important. I really feel like April is important for you guys to share, your energy, your currency, even if it's money, or even if it's your, conversation, even if it's, you just talking to people or listening to people. Listening is one of the biggest things you could do. One of the biggest things you could give to people is your ears, your mind capacity, that mental space. But yeah, Virgo, make sure you give. Don't give all away, but even sometimes it feels hard to give. Just remember, when you're giving, it's going to come back times 10 plus more. So yeah, Virgo, don't be selfish this month. Next we got Libra, my Librarians. How y'all doing, my lovely Libras? Let's see what we got for you for the month of April. And we got 6 of Chalices, 6 of Cups, 6 of Water. So 6 of Chalices pretty much represents reminiscence, nostalgia energy. Also, dream energy, guide energy. 6 of Chalices also talks about your energy in motion, as in your emotions. I feel like this might be a month that a lot of old feelings arise, but allow you to be grateful. It's all good and be good stuff, because you can see in the cups how the flowers are in there, and they all look, nice and healthy, and they're flourishing and blooming and all that. So I feel like what's going on with you guys month of April is that, you know, you're gonna come in face to face with a lot of old energy. And when I say that, I mean like not old energy like old problems and stuff, maybe old problems, but more than anything, it's like you're gonna be reliving moments that are gonna allow you to rise to, you know, your future self. Sometimes the way I look at it too is like, you know, this is your inner child, and this is, you know, your higher self, your guide, because you yourself are a guide within yourself, you know. But I feel like that's what's going on there, is that you know this nostalgic type of energy that's gonna allow you to, you know, almost power up in a way, like gonna give you an extra boost, because it's gonna remind you of like, yo, life is good and life has been good to me, you know. And it's gonna remind you like life has always been good to you, Libra. You know, things are always getting justified in your life. You know, things are always fair, things always balance out, even when they don't seem like it, you know. So I feel like there's gonna be a lot of nostalgic energy coming up in April for you guys that are gonna allow you to be more grateful, give more gratitude to things, and allow you to really see the vision of where you're going in your life, you know. So I hope that helps. Much peace. Next we got Scorpio. Howdy ho, Scorpio. What it do, what it does. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I truly do. So, for the month of April, what we got for you, Scorpio? Let's see. Oh, well. Oh, too many cards. Here we go. What we got for Scorpio is, whoa, 7 of chalices, 7 of cups, 7 of water. So usually when 7 of chalices pops up, the main thing that pops up in my head, the big word in lights flashing, is options. So if you see here, there's many cups. Well, just 7. But in each cup, there's something different. You can see it has different items in it. Some are good, some are not so good, some look a little scary, whatever. But you see we got some jewels, some gems, some diamonds. We got a little crown going on. We got a castle, but then we got a dragon. We got a serpent. We got, you know, you gotta be careful. So a lot of things, well, for April, what it's showing for you, Scorpio, is that, you know, you're gonna have a lot of options pop up, you know. And what you have to do is be aware to decipher, discern, and decide what it is that you actually need more than anything, you know, because a lot of things are going to come, a lot of things that look good but might not be so good, but a lot of things that aren't as appetizing but might be more beneficial for you may appear. So it's more of anything being aware of what's being presented to you, you know, allowing yourself to make the right decisions when the opportunity arises, you know. So keyword for you guys this month, Scorpio, options. And that's always a good thing. You hear me? Right? Much peace, and I'll see you guys later. Next we got Sagittarius. How you doing, Sagittarius? My Sages. Let's see what we got for April for you guys. Oh, too many cards. We just need one. Here we go. Oh, too many cards, too many messages. What's going on with you, Sag? Let's see. There we go. Oh, that's what's going on. What we got is 3 of Swords, 3 of the air, the mentality, and 3 of Swords, as you can see, is 3 swords going right through the heart of things. Usually what this represents or signifies is miscommunication. You know, something's not clear between you and whatever other party you're trying to communicate with. Whether it's a significant other, a parent, a sibling, a friend, or even your higher self, you know, your connection to source. There's something not getting through right now. And it might be frustrating in this month, you know. I think the biggest thing that you have to, you know, work on and be aware of is not getting frustrated to the point that you think no one understands you. It might be that you're not actually getting your point across the way you need to for other people to understand. But you're going to feel very misunderstood in this upcoming transit into April. But once again, that might just mean to spend more time with yourself and connect with yourself and, talk to yourself, make yourself understand the things that you're trying to make other people understand, Sometimes we get too caught up trying to, show other people what it is that we mean instead of actually even identifying to ourselves what we mean, So keep that in mind, all right? Beautiful Sages. Much peace. Next we got Capricorn. I'm just fucking with you guys. Alright, so the card popped out. Let's see what we got. Oh, okay. King of Chalices for the King Capricorns. So, in your sense, Saturn's still in Capricorn, so you guys are still probably learning the biggest lessons of your life. Learning how to be more organized with your time and your energy, but also learning how to be more structured in the way you go about things. So, with King of Chalices, oh hello. Talking about Capricorns, there's a Capricorn moon right there.
Hello.
Disturbing me and shit. Nah, but so going to the Capricorn with Cups of Chalices, what I feel like is going on for April with you guys is, becoming more prepared, making sure, like I said, like Saturn's probably teaching you the biggest lessons of your life right now. And what you have to do is make sure that you're equipping yourself. If you see here with the King of Chalices, all these tools are right here, ready at arm's length type of thing, so that you could use these resources, these tools that you're obtaining right now. You're equipping yourself with tools. That's what Saturn does. Saturn gives you all the tools you need so that when your Saturn transit is over, you're not gonna need nothing else, man. All you gotta do is remember the things that you're learning right now. These are lessons that you're gonna take on for the rest of your life, that you're gonna be able to implement always and forever. But yeah, guys, be ready to be ready to be ready. Be prepared. Take all these lessons and don't be scared. Life is good. Life is getting you ready. So be ready. Alright? Next we got Aquarius. Wow, Aquarius. We just passed Aquarius season not too long ago. There was a lot of all these cards are flying everywhere. There was a lot of how do you say, transits that went through Aquarius. The Sun went through Aquarius, Mercury just went to Aquarius, Venus was in Aquarius. So a lot of energy that passed through you guys, and I see how that built you up and got you ready for what's ahead. Whoa, that just flew out. So, alright, Aquarius, it looks like you guys went through so much shit through these last transits that you got Three of Swords, and that's what's coming ahead. Three of Swords, which is the Three of Air, the mentality, usually signifies misunderstanding, miscommunication. Maybe you've been feeling like you can't get your point across to people. Maybe you're feeling like, you're alone and no one gets what you're trying to say or understands who you are. Also, Three of Swords, it might be heartbreak, like I said, Venus just passed through Aquarius. So, with that transit, Venus might have detached from a lot of things. So your Venus qualities and aspects, wherever it is in your natal chart, probably detached from a lot of certain things, which allowed connection and communication to be disconnected and detached as well. So April moving along, I believe you just need to be more closer to yourself, Aquarius. Communicate clearer with yourself. Communicate things that you're trying to get across to other people, to yourself. And also, if it is to do with heartbreak, as you see here in the card, as the Three Swords go through the heart, just know that time heals all. And, as the time goes along, just know that you're not alone. You're never alone, in reality. There's a lot of other people going through very similar things, just in a different way. So, if nothing else could get your, mind off certain things, just know that no matter what, no matter how lonely you may feel, you're never truly alone. Alright? Have a beautiful April, Aquarius. And last but not least, the magnificent, the wonderful, the beautiful Pisces. Yo. So yeah, guys, how you doing, my beautiful baby Pisces? I hope you do well. I appreciate y'all sticking it out to the end, always holding me down, just supporting your boy, yeah. But yeah, let's see what's going on for April for you Pisces. Whatever card pops out, and that's the one that just flipped right now. We got Six of Wands, Six of Fire, that desire, that passion, that action, that ambition, motivation. And in this case, you're being a free spirit. It's time to get out the cage, Pisces. You can see here as the bird flies above, you got free from the cage. No more boxes, bro. No more limitations. No more limiting yourself and restricting yourself, you know? It's time to fly high, Pisces, especially like I was mentioning before, you know, Venus is in Pisces, it's about to be exalted, happy as fuck. You know, Mercury finishing that transit through there, going direct. You know, Chiron getting out of Pisces, which is fucking huge, which is like, that's a long transit to go through, a lot of pain that you guys been suffering and, you know, dealing with for the last, like, you know, 7 to 10 years with that Chiron aspect that now Chiron's in Aries, and a lot of aspects that, you know, a lot of suffering and hardships that you've been going through this last decade, Pisces, is going to clear up, you know. It's almost like you got a new book in life. It's not even a new chapter at this point. It's a new book, a fresh new book. So don't read that old book no more. Start writing this new book, you know. And you guys been feeling a lot too, you know, because Six of Wands talks about acknowledgement as well, and, you know, staying humble. So I know you guys probably been having a lot of self-realizations, and, you know, your levels of awareness have been rising, and you've been elevating vibrationally to, you know, you're being more conscious that it's like, you know what you have to do, you know, and you know there's a lot of things out there that are waiting for you, and you know there's certain steps that you have to take, and you know there's a lot of things you have to let go and leave behind, because you went through all that shit with the Chiron and Pisces transit. That shit was sickening, bro. Like, you know, there's nothing you could do about it. And also with the Uranus and Taurus, like, that was a big transit for Pisces, because the house that fell, like, the natal charts, if you're talking about, like, the sun or rising signs. But what with you know, Six of Wands as well, this is saying, like, your acknowledgement, other people are going to start appreciating you. Other people are going to start seeing what you've been seeing about yourself or feeling about yourself. And you know that, you know, you have to, how can I say this? You just can't hold on to who you thought you was. You can't hold on to your experiences anymore. You can't keep talking about the things you've gone through. Like I said, it's time for this new book. You know, it's not even a new chapter, it's a new book, it's a whole new series. And you gotta let all that shit go, almost as if nothing ever existed, as in you're getting a fresh slate. And that's the only way, Pisces, because you guys soak up so much, you know, so much energy, so much emotion, so much thoughts. You're getting all these downloads from people and animals and objects and devices around you. It's crazy, you know. But definitely you have to not take those things along with you on your journey anymore. You know, you have to become this free spirit, get yourself out the cage, break that box that you've been putting yourself in more than anything. You know, sometimes Pisces likes to be a little baby and look around and blame other people or other things outside of them for the things they've been going through. But the truth is, it's all your fault, Pisces. Everything you've been through the last decade was your fault, even if it seemed like someone else did it to you. But now is where you get to let go. Now is where you don't have to suffer no more. Now is where you get to be happy. For real this time, you know? And you endured so much pain throughout these lifetimes. Because Pisces is the old soul. And they go way back. You don't even know how long you've been here. But, like I said, it's a new book, new life. Time for your best life, for the rest of your life, your next life. So be how do I say, be aware that you have to start embracing different qualities of yourself. Also start embracing, like I've been saying for the last year and a half, if you go back to the old videos, like Pisces is the X factor in the upcoming generation. So also embracing a new role in your life, that there is going to be people that are going to be attracted and magnetized towards you, because you will have keys for them. You will have keys that are going to open doors in their mind, these key words or key things, key thoughts, key actions that will open doors within people. So one of the biggest things is just be aware that you have to acknowledge that within yourself and embrace it. Don't run away from it, because it might be overwhelming, but just stay in there, keep your head above the water, keep swimming. Because everything's here, Pisces. Everything you've been waiting for, right around the corner. You just gotta go get it. I appreciate you. But alright. Hey. The dogs. But anyways, I appreciate y'all sticking it out with me, still here watching me, supporting me. It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. I don't want to keep dishing out these videos for you guys. I want to keep helping you guys, keep providing you with good energy, because we're gonna need it moving ahead. But yeah, guys, this has been your food for thought. If you may, please feed me back. Give me down some feedback down below. Give me some comments. Let me know how it went, how it goes, what it do, what it does. And yeah, guys, I'll be looking forward to next month. Let me know if you guys have any ideas or insights for me, or any type of videos you guys want me to make or whatever, or just anything. I don't know. Maybe you want to talk about something. Leave it down in the comments. I'm always interested in thoughts that could open my brain up a little more. But yeah, guys, take care of yourself, okay? Be good, be great. Much peace, much love.
They got you thinking that I'm dying, quoting all my songs, telling you that I'm lying. Don't ignore the truth, cause the truth will always find you. No matter where you go, is always right there behind you. See the shiny lights is only really there to blind you. Crazy how the stars in the sky could define you. Crazy how the stars in the sky could define you. I'm going on my mind, off a tab in the mouth.